Hi guys, I'm here at Heathrow Airport Terminal 3. I'm about to try out Etihad's 787-10 business class product. Now, I have flown Etihad quite a few times, but they used to fly the A380 on this prestigious London route. So I'm going to see what the 787-10 has to offer in its business class cabin. Let's check it out.
Because Terminal 4 is still closed, Etihad uses Terminal 3, and even though it was a full flight, there was no queue at check-in. Thankfully, the fast track had reopened, and while there was a bit of a queue, it was just 10 minutes from check-in to getting to the lounge. Etihad is currently using the lounge from Qantas, which is actually one of the better offerings in Terminal 3, with an a la carte restaurant downstairs and a large comfortable area upstairs with a stunning marble horseshoe bar. If it was a later flight, I might have tried some of their large selection of gins, something that the lounge is really famous for. Boarding was quick and orderly, and before I knew it, it was time to head on board. I have got to get me one of these. The aircraft has a business class cabin situated at the very front of the plane, with seats in a forward and rear configuration, but unlike BA, they all feature aisle access. Unlike some aircraft, there's really no such thing as a bad seat here. So my seat was 12A, it was a window seat in the last row and it was forward facing. There's a big footwell and a large TV. There's a super large pull-out table, which is actually probably one of the largest you will find in business class. The seat itself, as you would expect, reclines into a fully flat and comfortable bed. The seat cushion can actually be changed thanks to the air cushion system in the seat. I've always found these air cushion systems to be a little bit unreliable, however this one on Etihad works perfectly fine. The amenities on offer were all superb, and we love their partnership with Acqua di Parma. The bedding and pillows were very comfortable, and it really feels like Etihad has continued to put the passenger experience first, rather than using the pandemic as an excuse to cost cut here and there. Soon it it was time to push back and take off from a busier than normal Heathrow Airport, which allowed for some really great plane spotting. After takeoff, drinks were offered fairly quickly, and I really appreciate the at-seat pause. It's a wonderful touch to the passenger experience. Thanks to the super large windows on the aircraft and the good position of the seat, I got some excellent views throughout the flight. Hi and welcome aboard Etihad's 787-10. I'm in the business class cabin. I'm in seat 12A. It's the last row of the cabin, and the cabin's configured in a 1-2-1 configuration. It's very similar to what you would find on the A380. However, because it's a slightly smaller aircraft, the entire cabin feels a little bit more intimate, and that's a good thing. Yes, we're missing the little bar area that they have on the A380, but that's made up for with the privacy and the intimacy that you get. Now, Etihad have really invested very heavily in their design product, and it really shows in their current cabin. It will be very interesting to see how their A350 stacks up in comparison. So Etihad have spent a lot of time investing in their product, and it really shows. The cabin is very well thought through, and there's a lot of wonderful features and design touches found in the seat, such as the facets of Abu Dhabi, designs that we can see in the lamps and in the soft furnishings as well, things like the pillows and the blankets. Now, the food service on board has been incredible. It's a really personalised service, and what's really lovely to see is the fact that you can order what you want when you want from a real, true a la carte menu. I've gone for the main courses, including a prawn starter and a prawn biryani, which was packed full of flavour. But there's also an all-day dining menu, including the very famous steak sandwich, which I'll be trying later on. Now, the crew have really gone out of their way to make sure that the service feels as post-COVID normal as possible. Yes, they're wearing masks, and we all have to wear our masks as well. But apart from that, it feels like we're starting to return to normal.
It's going to be really interesting to see how this product, although it's a couple of years old, stacks up against the A350. Now the A350 has a brand new product, however it is an off-the-shelf product that's been adapted for Etihad. This product, however, was specifically designed for the carrier. Now the carrier has gone through a few phases in the past few years, trying to compete with the likes of Emirates and Qatar, to then trying to appeal to a more affordable audience for the backpackers that were going to Asia, and the airline ended up offering things like additional meals which you could purchase in economy. Now the airline seems to have finally found its feet as a boutique carrier, competing with the likes of Oman Air or Gulf Air, but on a slightly larger scale. It's going to be really interesting to see how the carrier continues to evolve over the next few years. But based on the experience that we've had today, everything has lived up to expectations and Etihad is still holding its own. I've really enjoyed this flight so far, and I look forward to the last few hours on this quite short trip between London and Abu Dhabi. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to having a trip report on the A350 with you very soon.
A lovely touch on the 787, which you won't find on Etihad's A350, is the windows in the toilet, which actually makes them feel a lot more spacious. On the route were spectacular, and as expected, the famous steak sandwich didn't let me down. It was delicious. All too soon, the flight was coming to an end, and we descended through a beautiful sunset into a warm, balmy night in Abu Dhabi. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Let us know what you think, and please don't forget to subscribe.